Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the finished look that I did in my story time. Disclaimer. My diabetes stories works for me. This is what something that would happen for me. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Leave me a comment and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's going to be more like a personal, real type of video. It's my story time on how I found out that I am a diabetic. This happened probably a couple years back. And I wanted to share it to give someone insight on what you should look out for, what are their signs. That way, there's something that you can prevent, hopefully. So if you like this type of content from me, please be sure to like and subscribe. And let's get into it. I'm going to do my makeup while I'm talking to you guys about this. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. You know how I have to keep it, do it. Okay, so basically I got diagnosed when I was 27 years old. And I'm 39, I'm 39 right now. So I had it for over 12 years just about. And it's an interesting story. That's why I wanted to do this little story time. So back then, I was working a lot. I was working a lot, and I used to work at this grocery store. Let me get my mirror. Okay, I got my mirror. So I was working at this grocery store, right? And I really wasn't feeling myself. Remind you, I've been at this grocery store for, it was 3 years. And I really wasn't feeling well. Normally people be like, oh, you're so bubbly, you're a great worker, blah, blah, blah. So one of my co-workers was just like, she's a diabetic. So she was like, go get checked out. Because she was like, it seems like you might be a diabetic, but I don't want to put that on you. So I will always go to, the signs. I will always go to the bathroom. I felt like I wasn't here. Like I was just, my body was so used to doing it. Like my mind, it's kind of weird. If you know, you know. And I would go to the bathroom a lot. So this was back in October of 2011. This was back in October 2011. I went to go get a blood test because I really, like I said, I really wasn't feeling good. I was calling off. It was just weird. And I never felt this before. Now I'm going in with the Juvias Place concealer in shade 11. I'm just putting it on the back of my hand to outline my brows. So yeah, I never felt this before. So, backstory. I wasn't really feeling like a par or feeling great, but I made it to work. And I didn't have the best appetite. Like I said, I was always working. I was always on a go. You know, if you're if you work a lot, you know, especially if you're in the grocery industry too. You got to factor that into it too. So I went to the doctor. They did blood work, and the blood work came back. I went and got my blood done, and then you got to wait a couple of days, but they kind of rushed it. And so he calls me when I'm at work, and I'm like, hey, is everything okay with me? And he was just like, you're you're a diabetic, but I was 1.5. It was kind of weird and interesting. And he was just like, we need you to come back into the make appointment with the doctor with me again. So they did blood work, and they gave me prescription. They gave me medication. They wanted me, so they put me on metformin right from the start because they were like, we need to get your blood sugar down because my blood sugar was high. When I went to go get my A1C, my A1C was 600 and something. I was like, what the fuck? And that's why they were putting me on metformin and everything like that. So, I got on metformin. I was taking metformin and glipizide. Those are two that I was taking. I think I was taking metformin once a day and glipizide at night. So, I started taking that I went to go see the doctor. Then I started taking it before I went to go see the doctor again. And then everything was going pretty much. It helped, actually somewhat helped me. So fast forward. I told the girls backwards. Okay, I told the girls that I was, and they're like, we kind of figured. Another coworker had the same issue, and he was a type 1. The girl she was type 2. And so they're like, just take your medication, just start eating right. So I got into a nutritionist class, and I started doing everything correct. What was really bad affecting me was the whole diabetes thing. I had to change my lifestyle, and that's just a lot in itself. And then you have to work, and I was just not feeling it anymore. So I was on it for probably, I say, probably like a year or two. I was still young though. I still was drinking. I still was doing all the stuff that I wasn't supposed to. But you can't really change your habits so quickly like that. And people don't understand that. You can't like go like, oh, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm not, because then you're going to go full force at it. You're going to go like, because you haven't did it in so long, you're going to do it. So after I got diagnosed, after I saw the doctor and got my medication and stuff like that, I did have family I found out that were diabetics too. But I'm thinking in my mind like, oh, you got to be a certain weight. No, that's not even the case. So I was diagnosed with 1.5, and I went to the nutritionist, and I started trying to get everything like somewhat like knowledge, because I really wasn't knowledgeable about it. And I think what the doctors were trying to do was, I wish I would have had time to research what my options was, if I wanted to do the holistic route or what, because my A1s, I was so high at the time. They were like, we need to get you down. And my aunt, she's like a doctor too. She's a nurse, and she knows a lot about diabetes and stuff like that. She was kind of informing me, but I've already went and started taking the stuff, and it was reacting to my body, but I was still doing what I wanted to do, so it just kind of didn't correlate. So like I said, a couple year, like probably like a year ago after I got diagnosed, I went back into the hospital because I had like a boil. You know how you get those. So I had to go back to the doctor. They had to drain the boil out. And then that's when they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to put you on insulin, because it seems like insulin is going to help lower your blood sugar. So I got on the insulin, which was life-saving. Like, to this day, that helps me. because the metformin, it takes time and all that other stuff. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna use the California palette. I'm all getting into details, and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot. So yeah, the insulin, like, people have their things about insulin, but honestly, tell you the truth, it kind of like saved my life, like, cause the metformin, it really wasn't working for me, and like I said, I was on the insulin. I believe I started off on Humalog. And then eventually I did other things, and it really like worked for me. But that's just for me. Everybody's different on their journey with diabetes and insulin, and some people don't have it severely bad. And like I said, my body weight, everything was like, that was the only thing that was like severe that I had. And so that's why they wanted to, like, no, we gotta get this stuff under control. I had to learn how to inject myself before I left the hospital. It was a lot of stuff. So, once I did that and I started taking it, um, it like, literally, real talk, it really did help me, because like I say, I'm a fast active person. I'm always on the go. So I needed something that's likely like that. And with insulin, when you take it, you really got to eat something, but it's fast acting. So the two medications that I was taking, one in the morning, one at night, I do that with insulin. I do that with, now I'm on Apidra, and then I'll take Lantus. So Apidra's the fast acting one. You need to take that one, take it before you eat, and then eat something, you'll be okay. That one works quickly. Lantus is more like the long acting insulin. So it's the same thing, but the pills I was taking the morning and night, it's just insulin morning and night. The endocrinologist, when I went to go see with the endocrinologist, they were telling me like, oh, you can, this was before the insulin pump and everything else, but that I know about. They were like, you know, I guess you're 1.5, almost 2. Like, you know, we didn't quite really, you know, like, it was just basically up in the air. And they asked about my family history, and I was like, yeah, I found out on my dad's side that they have it. And I was telling her, I was like, but I'm so skinny, like, I don't understand. She was like, it just, a lot of things could have taken place. 1, family history. 2, my bad eating habits. The fast food, the processed food. Like, if you don't really cook that much and you are always on the go, it's like, it's kind of hard. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. primer. I already have my lashes on. So, with the endocrinologist, I was talking to her, one of the first endocrinologists that I talked to, and they say go see one. That way they can figure out where your A1C is at, where you know what I mean, to determine what type you are. So when I went to go see the endocrinologist, they had different things where they had like a vial or like an insulin pen with 2 type of insulins. Then they had the insulin pump. I wasn't really like, didn't know if I wanted to do the insulin pump because I didn't want to have anything attached. But there's so many different things where it really does help you so you don't do injections. I have a Dexcom G7 where it tracks your blood sugar, and it also, instead of you poking yourself to test your blood, it like lets you know when you're high and when you're low, which is kind of nice in a way. If you guys want another video of me installing one, let me know. There's a lot of different things with diabetes in me. I'm just trying to like shorten this for the sake of the video, but there's a lot. So let me know if you guys want like a part 2 of, you know, installing a Dexcom. What do I eat in a day? How do I, you know, stay small and all that other good stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of different things that helps you maintain your diabetes. And also, I'm going in with Maybelline. I don't think diabetes is not a death sentence, but I mean, it's just eating habits. But this is how I look at it. We live in a freaking United States. Half this food is processed and it's convenient. You got DoorDash, you got fast foods everywhere, Starbucks everywhere. So it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? And that's what my nutritionist had to like tell me, like, you know what I mean, like, it's hard, especially if you're young and you want to eat out with your friends. It's very hard. Like, the food is not hard in a way, but the food, there's so much processed food nowadays. So I mean, you know, take what you want of it, but you know what I mean, it's really, to me, it before, when I didn't know, I thought it was like, oh my goodness, what can I do? Now I'm just like, you know what, I've been doing this for about 12 years. This isn't my first rodeo, so it is what it is. Oh, I love this foundation. This Maybelline skin tint is really, really good. If you guys like skin tint and you want like a cheaper brand, this one is really, really good. And also, when I got diagnosed, I didn't know about like the family support or friends or like Facebook groups. So I didn't really do too much of that. I just was like going to the doctors, reading up on stuff, and I figured different ways on how to maneuver it. And I still do indulge. I just don't indulge a lot. Well, this week I have been doing it a lot, but normally I don't do it often. And as far as drinking, I stopped drinking a while ago. It's crazy because when the pandemic happened, I like stopped drinking. I don't know what got into me. I was just like, nah, this isn't for me. I stopped drinking. So I wasn't one of those people that drinks. I do have drinks from time to time. I'm more like a social drinker whenever I'm out and about. But I don't be drinking just to be, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of like decide what I'm, you know, how my body's going to react. And disclaimer, everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. So what might work for me might not work for you. You know what I mean? So another thing of that too, like, I know a lot of people that have diabetes and they, you know, some people like things work for them, and that's understandable. Now the insulin pump, I do want to get the insulin pump. I just don't know when I'm gonna get the insulin pump. I'm gonna see how this, you know, that I like the Dexcom and everything like that, how that works. I did have the insulin pump and I just didn't really like it. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. But I know that it will help me. So, and it just depends on the person and all that. Sorry, this video is like everywhere. I'm just trying to, I was trying to remember everything. Like, wow. Now I'm using a Maybelline concealer, Fit Me, under my eyes. And yeah, this stuff is really, I love this concealer. It's really, really good. And another thing I would say is if you have family, get their support. You know, that helps too. See your nutritionist if you just got diagnosed, or if you have any type of symptoms, go to the doctor. They can run a whole bunch of tests and figure out what's going on with you and stuff like that. And it might not be diabetes, and it might as well, it might be diabetes. But I notice a lot of people are getting diagnosed. They have pre-diabetics, you know, people, kids that are born with it, and some that I wasn't born with it. Like, I did have years where, like I said, I got diagnosed when I was 27. So I had years where I can go wild out, you know what I mean? And have fun and be with my friends. So, I mean, I just feel like with me, and not a lot of people might agree, it was just my eating habits, you know. I think that's what led down to me. But I don't know if that, because like I said, I went to the doctor. I don't want to say when it was too late, because I really didn't know what was going on. I thought it was just a little bug, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, and that's what they told me. And honestly, tell you the truth, when you're type 1 like me, you don't create, your pancreas doesn't create insulin. I didn't know that. That's why I kind of wish that I kind of would have knew a little bit more about it, or just took time off fucking work and be like, you know what, I didn't take that much time off work. I don't believe I did. I believe I like took days where I had to go to the doctor. But I mean, when I found out about everything, no, I didn't. I had to work, unfortunately. So yeah. Now I'm going with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I want to get another stereotype out there. People be like, oh, well, you can live with diabetes. It's livable. You know, you can do all the things you want to do with it, you know. Don't let that dictate your life, like, oh, you can't do anything anymore. That's bullshit. You can still do all the things you can. It's basically mindful of what you're eating, what you're consuming. If you can get that, see the doctors when you need to see the doctors, take your medication when you need to take your medication, see the endocrinologist too, you'll be okay. And get your feet checked on a regular basis, your eyes, everything, because it does affect everything when it's not controlled. Fortunately, mine is controlled. Like, my diabetes has been controlled for a while now. The only time it was out of whack was when I first got diagnosed. But other than that, I've been controlling it. Now I'm going in with Hourglass, this lightening palette. I love this palette. It's like 3-in-1. Your setting powder, your highlighter, and your bronzer. Yeah. So mine, yeah, I controlled mine. So by the time I got diagnosed and when I went to the hospital first time, I was like, something's got to change. But like I said, I'm only human. I still eat, you know, not so great stuff. But other than that, I have it pretty much under control. I go to my doctor's appointments. I go see the doctor, you know. So it is, you can live with it and you can control it. And honestly, it's just everything in moderation, you know. Everything in moderation. That's all you basically is. And it's just something that you have. And honestly, tell you the truth, with everything, like, I had a couple low blood sugars, I had a couple high blood sugars. I went to the hospital. I'm trying to think of everything that kind of like happened to me. Okay, so now I'm going in with Clay from Juvias place. And one other thing, because I got to get ready to go. This video wasn't meant to be this long. You can do it. If you got diagnosed, don't think it's the end of the world and stuff like that. A lot of people live with diabetes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, if you don't... Ooh, Did I get it? If you don't take care of yourself, there are repercussions to happen. But long as you eat what you're supposed to eat, see the nutritionist, go to endocrinologist, get your numbers, what you are, and if there's any way of different medication you can take, see your doctor regularly, check your blood sugar regularly, you are going to be okay. It's not like a death sentence or anything like that. And I know a lot of people that, oh, this is the next setting spray. I know a lot of people that didn't take care of it and things happen, you know, their leg, their foot. You really, really got to take care of it. Oh, speaking of feet, if you are one, check your feet regularly, you know. That's, yeah, we're comfortable. There's like diabetic socks, diabetic lotions, like stuff that to help you with diabetes. It's not a life sentencing or anything like that. If you're feeling groggy, you're peeing a lot, you're hungry, you're dehydrated, go get tested, because those are symptoms too. And let me know in the comments if you guys want another video about diabetes, what I eat in a day, the Dexcom. I can do an insulin pump. Like, let me know down in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. I drop a video every week. And this is the finished look, guys. Just something simple. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.